welcome everybody. I'm so glad you found my channel, and I'm glad that you're here to take advantage of the free classes that I offer. So the classes that are offered in the Soul Flex and the Hatha Yoga classes are from live classes. So there may be times when I'm demonstrating the posture or the movement, the exercise, and then I stop and I'm looking at the camera, and that's because I'm looking at my students. So if you'd like to join the live classes, just put it in the comments or send me an email, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to have you. It's a wonderful community of people. But other than that, just enjoy the free recordings, enjoy the workouts and the yoga practices. And if you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much.
Welcome, everybody. Go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. And let's start. Well, first, I'd like to just address something that was mentioned, oh gosh, I guess in another class, about going for a run and having a similar experience to how you feel at the end of a yoga practice. So the difference between exercise, where we get that endorphin, that lovely endorphin rush, all the feel-good hormones flooding the system, and a yoga practice where it can feel very similar, is it's broken down into baya and antara anga. So baya is external with the limbs, anga, limbs, yoga. So a run, you're getting into a rhythm, or a bike ride, you're getting into a rhythm, but the body is moving through space. You need to watch out for cars, curbs, things coming at you. Your attention is constantly going outward, even though it can feel very meditative because of the rhythm of the body and the breath. Whereas Antara Anga, it's an inward focus. We're going inward. So we start our yoga practice, our Hatha yoga practice. It is more of a baya anga, where we're inhaling and exhaling. We're doing the asana. We're moving the body. But usually, like for me, it's usually about, it depends, but 10, 15 minutes, something flips and the focus starts heading more inward. Your results may vary, right? You may never feel like that. I hope you do. But it's like we move the body in asana with the breath to be able to bring the senses inward so that we can sit in meditation, so that we can still the mind and feel that spacious contentment, that vastness, and grounded. So I just wanted to address that because it's not exactly the same. Exercise is exercise and yoga is yoga, even though, and we need them both. We need them both, definitely. So just something to kind of clarify that maybe. I'm going to go ahead and light a candle. If you have questions on that, just text me or ask me in class afterwards. So lighting the candle, if you have a candle, feel free to light it if you'd like. It's kind of a ritual, setting the tone, arriving here on your mat. Feeling the hips heavy. And then feel free to close the eyes if you'd like. And without engaging too much, just see what the breath is doing. Watching the breath come in and out without doing anything. It just happens. Noticing if it's cold or warm at the nose, wet or dry. If there's a smell or not. And noticing if the belly is moving or if the breath is more up in the chest. Feeling the hips get heavy and widening, spreading on whatever you're seated on, and becoming more engaged with the breath, inviting the breath in through the nose, feeling the chest fill, the belly releases down and out. And on the exhale, gently drawing the belly in, the chest releases and the air leaves the nose. So keep breathing like that on your own, this conscious breath, inviting the breath to lengthen, smooth out, filling up the form, the body. On the inhale, feel as if you're getting taller through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. And keeping that length on the exhale, focus on the belly coming in. If you need to take some shoulder rolls here, go ahead and do that to release any tension. If you're feeling tight in the shoulders or the neck, always knowing you have full permission to take any movement you need. You can rest whenever you need. This is your practice. I am just guiding. Your breath will tell you what you need. The body will tell you what's needed. When we slow down and listen and tune in, that's when we know what we really need. Maybe it's just a glass of water instead of another piece of cake. Or maybe it's an orange, who knows? So on your next inhale, I'd like to start establishing a 6-count breath. So a 6-count inhale, pause at the top, 6-count exhale, pause at the bottom. Go ahead and start that when you're ready. Counting in your mind. Keep the mind focused on the breath and your counting. One more round like this. When you finished your last round, just pause for a moment before opening the eyes. Feeling the hips on the chair or whatever you're seated on. Bringing attention to the belly. As the body's being breathed, just watch it come in and out. The chest. And then place attention between the third eye, between the eyebrows. If you'd like, take your finger and just kind of tap there a couple times, gently, and then make a little circle. Placing the attention there so the eyes are closed still, if you'd like, and you're looking up at the pointed finger, at the finger in the third eye. And then releasing the hand. Eyes and focus are still at the third eye. And then turning your eyes down. Eyes can still be closed towards the tip of the nose. And then gently blinking the eyes, letting the eyes open, and coming up to standing on your mat. So staying throughout the practice with that 6-count breath if possible, linking the movement to the breath. working unilaterally at first. So we're going to be working just with one side of the body, feet to start. Feet are hip distance, arms are by the sides. Palms face forward, roll the shoulders forward, up towards the ears, back, shoulder blades come together and down. Shoulders away from the ears. Take another round like that if you'd like. And then letting the shoulders rest away from the ears. The back of the neck is long. The feet are grounded into the earth, maybe bending the knees to get some feedback from the earth, feeling the feet on the floor. Maybe lifting the toes if that feels good, and then gently laying the toes back down, keeping them wide and spread. Palms are facing forward, crown of the head is towards the ceiling. Breathing here, long and smooth, mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel that stability under the feet, the body rising up like a mountain, inviting in that stability, those qualities of a mountain. And then linking some movement with the breath, starting with the left arm only. As you inhale, left arm raises up overhead, reaching. Shoulders still away from the ears. Exhale, lower the arm. Alternating sides. Inhale, right arm up. Noticing if there's a difference in mobility, exhale down. Again, inhale left. Exhale down. Inhale right. Exhale lower. Adding in a head turn at the same time. Inhale left, the head turns towards the right, if that's okay for the neck. Exhale lower, come back to center. Inhale right, head turns to the left. Exhale lower, come back to center. Again, inhale left arm, turn to the right. Exhale, getting to the bottom of the movement with the bottom of the breath. Take some focus for the head movement because it's pretty small. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, center, lower arm. Moving on, taking the feet hip distance apart. Turn the right toes out of the diagonal. Left foot comes forward. Feet are hip distance apart and hips are facing forward. Ground through that back leg, push through that back heel. As you inhale, arms reach up, warrior one. They can also reach out to the sides. Maybe look up if it's okay for the neck. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands can come to the thighs, shin or the earth. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm, then left arm. Knee is bent. Exhale, lower the arm, straighten the leg. Staying with that. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, straighten the leg, fold, belly. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm, then left arm, windmills. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower the arm. Inhale, 0-1, warrior one. Exhale, fold. Long line of energy through the spine. Inhale, reverse. Filling the shape with the breath. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, 0-1. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg. Get the feet back together, stepping the front foot back to be with the back foot. And we'll do the other side. Feet are together, left toes out, right foot forward, feet are hip distance. So we're not on a tightrope. Separate the feet as much as you want so that you feel nice and stable. Play with that in your own body. Hips are forward. Inhale, warrior one. Bending the front knee. Exhale, straighten the leg, fold, belly in. Focusing on the right side of the belly now. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm, then right arm, and windmill up. Left hand can go to the left leg. Exhale, lower, straighten the leg. Again, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse warrior. Ground through that back leg. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg. Inhale, Vira 1. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse, left arm, right arm. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower the arm. Inhale, long, smooth breaths. Exhale, fold, belly, soften. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lower. Stepping the front foot to be with the back foot, playing with your balance, and having something close by for some balance. We're moving into Virabhadrasana 2. Do a little bit of flying. Taking the feet together. Turn the right foot out of the diagonal, left foot comes forward, feet hip distance, ground through that back leg. As you inhale, warrior 1, bend that front knee. As you exhale, tilt forward, hinging at the hips, fly, Virabhadrasana 2. So hands can go out to the side, they can rest on the back, the foot can stay on the ground or lift. Inhale, gently land, knee is bent, arms up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to move through this a few times before holding it. Some people may be new to this, so I would like to give a couple options. So arms, we inhale, warrior 1, just like we did already. Exhale, hinging at the hips, focusing on the left side of the belly. Hips are both facing the ground. The arms can come behind the back. They can come out to the sides, or if you'd like, the biceps are by the ears. For the foot can stay on the ground. You can come up onto your toe. You can tap as you're holding the posture. Or if you'd like, you can raise the leg a little higher. Maybe it ends up getting parallel with the earth. Toes are pointing down, internally rotating the thigh. So the toes are pointing towards the earth. Long line of energy, like you're pushing against the wall with your heel through the crown of the head. And you can always hold something. Inhale, bending the knee. Exhale. So choose what's right for you today. Where is the breath long and smooth? That got me warm. Okay, so here we go. Arms by the sides. Inhale, warrior 1. Feel free to look up. Long, smooth, sweet breaths. Exhale, warrior 2. Fly. Inhale, land, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fly. Inhale, land, warrior one. Ground that back heel. Exhale, hands, heart center. Again, inhale, warrior one. Just want to watch. Exhale, fly. Warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Going in for a hold this time if you'd like. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fly. Stay here, work the posture through the breath. Long, smooth breaths, fill the shape with the breath. Internally rotate the thigh if the leg is lifted, toes are pointing towards the ground. Flex the foot, engaging the foot. Long spine. On the next inhale, gently land, bending that front knee, engage that back glute. Ground through that back heel. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause. Smooth out the breath. And then step the feet back together. Same thing, other side. So taking the toes together, left toes out at a diagonal, right foot forward, feet hip distance, hips stay forward the whole time, grounding through that back leg. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fly. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fly. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Staying with that 6 count breath in your mind if you want to count. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Going in for a stay. Inhale. Exhale, fly. Stay here and breathe. Work the posture, fill the shape. 6 count breath. Long, smooth, and sweet. On your next inhale, land on Vera one. Exhale, hands to heart. Stepping the feet back together. And going into another balancing pose. Feels like a balancing day today. So having your wall or whatever by you, moving into tree pose. So the feet are together. Take the left foot either left as a little kickstand. Toes can stay on the ground, heel on the leg. Externally rotating the thigh. Hips are both facing forward. So we're just externally opening up that thigh. Or it can come up to the calf or the thigh, whatever works today for you. Engage the standing leg outside glute, the outside of the hip. Gently pull it in towards the midline, pressing the foot and the leg together, the two, wherever you're touching with the foot or the leg. Push them gently together, finding that midline. Then arms up, one or both arms. You can hold on to something if you'd like. Exhale, hands back down to heart center, keeping the leg up. Inhale. It's okay to sway. Trees sway. It builds the strength. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, arms up. Growing taller. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bringing the knee towards the front and lower the knee down. Exhale, shake out the standing leg. What beautiful trees. Everybody looked so beautiful with their beautiful trees blossoming, all the flowers out there. So let's go ahead and do the other side. That sounds so sappy and corny, but I really mean it. So if I said that to my kid, I'd be like, oh my God, Mom, I'd get the eye roll. So go ahead and let's do that on the other side. The right foot, wherever you'd like it. And this side might be totally different than the side we just did. That's fine. So wherever works, engage that external hip. Bring the two sides together to the midline, externally rotating that knee. And on the inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower. Find the ease in the posture. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. If you fall out of it, come right back into it. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing the knee to the front, lowering the foot, and shake it out. Coming back to your mat, feet are touching. Big toes can be touching or just a little bit apart, moving into chair pose. So choosing what's right for your body, making sure that the knees are always tracking over, aim for the second toes, the middle of the foot, to keep your knees safe. As you inhale, arms reach up from the front. As you exhale, hands come to heart center, squat like you're seated in a chair, belly in. Keep the upper body upright. Inhale, arms up, press up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale. Maybe look up. Exhale, belly in, squat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, squat. Excuse me. Inhale, rise, press through both heels. Exhale, hands to heart. Adding on here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squat, belly in. Stay here. Inhale, arms go wide. Open the chest. Stay low. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, press to rise, building a little heat. Exhale, hands to heart. Staying with this. Counting to 6 in your mind if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Spread the arms. Open the chest. Exhale. Bring it into heart center. Inhale, pressing through both feet equally. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale. Exhale. Coming down onto our knees. So if the knees are sensitive, you can roll your mat up, place them on a blanket, whatever feels good. Maybe you have carpeting under, so that's nice. A little more challenging for balance, but helpful for the knees. So in a tabletop position, taking a nice, long, smooth inhale here. Exhale, Vajrasana, hips towards heels. Inhale, shift forward, Chakravakasana, left leg lifts maybe the right arm. This is a back bend between the shoulder blades. Push the earth away. Exhale, down dog. Stay here for a moment, walking your dog, coming up onto the balls of each foot, bending the knees, one then the other, wiggle the hips. Whatever feels good for opening up the back of the body, long, smooth, sweet breaths here. Filling the form. And then finding some stillness. On the next inhale, shifting forward to plank position, lower the knees to the ground, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower the upper body to the earth. Elbows stay pointing towards the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, press the earth away, lift the knees. Exhale, down dog. Lower the left knee to the earth. Inhale, Chakravakasana, right leg lifts, maybe the left arm. Long line of energy. Toes are pointing towards the ground. Internally rotate the thigh. Exhale, Vajrasana, hips towards heels. Inhale, rise, arms reach up, look up. It feels good. Exhale, hands to heart center, stay standing on the knees or come to seated on the heels. Again, inhale, arms up. Sun salutes on the knees. Exhale, lower, Vajrasana, belly. 6 count breath. Inhale, Chakravakasana, left leg. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank position. Lower the knees. Exhale, lower the upper body to the earth. Inhale, press the earth away, lift the knees. Exhale, down dog. Lower the left knee. Inhale, Chakravakasana, right leg. Exhale, Vajrasana, hips towards heels. Inhale, rise to standing on the knees. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Pause for a moment though. Slow the pulse down, slow the breath down if needed. Feel free to go to Shavasana, resting pose if you'd like. That's where we're going next. We're going to do one more round though, so if you'd like to join me. On the inhale, rise. Exhale, Vajrasana, fold. Inhale, Chakravakasana, left leg. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Lower the knees. Exhale, lower the upper body. Inhale, press the earth away. Lift the knees. Exhale, down dog. lower the left knee. Inhale, Chakravakasana, right leg. Exhale, Vajrasana, hips towards heels. Inhale, rise, arms reach up, maybe look up, gather it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause here. Eyes can be closed. Feeling the vitality coursing through the veins. Softening. Then coming onto your backs for Shavasana, knees can be bent or straight. Eyes can be closed. Resting. Let the body rest downward. Releasing control of the breath. Just let the body be breathed. Watching the gentle rise and fall, the chest and the belly. As we're resting here for 1 minute more, just scan the body. If you feel like you need more energy, go from the ground up, from the toes up to the head. If you'd like to ground a little more, go from the head down to the feet. Just inviting the body to soften any bit more, taking a few rounds to go ahead and do that. Taking one more breath here to finish your scan up if you haven't already. And then bending the knees, taking the feet hip distance apart, arms are by the sides, shoulders away from the ears, back of the neck is long. So making adjustments here to achieve that, keeping the head stationary to protect the neck, moving into bridge pose. So before we start bridge pose, we've all done bridge pose many times in this class. So what I'd like you to think about is lengthening the tailbone towards the knees more so than lifting the hips up to the sky. We're going to lift the hips, but I'd like you to just visualize lengthening the spine. The purpose of this is we don't want to put a back bend in the low back because that's going to make your back hurt later. So keeping more of a neutral spine in the low back by lengthening the tailbone towards the knees, maybe scooping the pelvis even a little bit first, initiating the movement from the bottom of the buttocks. So the muscles, the bottom of the glutes that connect to the thighs, and then the rest of the glute engages as you inhale and lift the hips, feeling a nice stretch in the fronts of the body, fronts of the thighs. Exhale, lower. So let's play with that. Eyes can stay closed. Exhale all the air here. We're all on the ground. As you inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Noticing if that feels any different to you, or maybe you were already doing that. Again, Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Adding in arms if you'd like. Inhale, lift. Arms can go out to the sides or float up overhead. Backs of the hands touching the earth above the head. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Going in for a stay. Inhale, lift, arms reach up and over. Stay here as you exhale, belly comes in, lower the arms to the sides. Hips stay up, hips are level. Push through both feet equally, engage both glutes. Inhale, arms raise up. Exhale, lower. Softening once the hips touch down, release completely, rest. We're going to do that one more time, but for a 2 count stay, just with the arm movements if you'd like to join. Or you could stay here and rest, whatever you'd like to do. Exhale all the air here, long, smooth breaths, keep the mind focused. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stay, lower the arms. Counting to 6 in your mind. Inhale, lift the arms. Maybe the spine gets longer. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, lift the arms. Lengthen the spine towards the knees. Exhale, lower the arms, lower the hips. Soften once you touch down. Let the body release completely. Then bending the knees, taking the hands on the knees for a counter pose. As you exhale, knees come towards chest for Apanasana. Staying here and breathing for a moment. Long, smooth breaths down into the belly. Feel free to rock on the low back if that feels good. Maybe it feels good to make little circles or straddle the legs with the thighs, moving the thighs and the hip socket. Nice and slow, nothing fast. It's just a gentle release. And taking some circles with the ankles in one direction. Oops. And the next direction, the camera fell. Don't worry about it. I hope you can still hear me. And here you need. Sorry about that. And then curling the toes, pointing the toes, spreading the toes. Working with that. And then finding some stillness, the knees towards the chest. On the inhale, both feet go to the sky. Arms can raise out to the sides or overhead. Exhale, point the toes, knees towards chest, hands to knees. Flex the feet. Inhale, feet to the sky, arms reach. Point the toes, exhale, knees towards chest. Inhale, feet to the sky. Exhale, knees towards chest. One more. Flex the feet. Inhale, feet to the sky. Point the toes. Exhale, knees towards chest. Take the feet on the ground. Feet are hip distance. Arms are by the sides. As you inhale, slide the arms out to a T, just a little bit of a twist. As you exhale, both knees come to the left. Maybe the head turns towards the right. Keep the mind on the belly. Inhale with your 6 count breath, everything back to center. Exhale, knees to the right, keeping the left shoulder on the ground. Keep both shoulders on the ground at all times. Inhale, center. So keep going left and right with your own breath, counting in your mind that 6 count breath. Stay present, focused, working with your own breath. Is it possible to soften anywhere in the body that's not needed for this posture? Keep the mind on the belly. Feel free to linger in the pauses at the top and bottom of the breath, if that feels good. Making this your last round, left and right. When you get back to center, exhaling the arms back down to the sides or resting on the belly. Just pause for a moment. Feel. And then taking the knees towards the chest on the exhale, hands to the knees, Apanasana. Inhale, take the feet together, feet to the floor, knees go wide, arms can reach overhead or out to the side, Supta Baddha Konasana. Staying with this, exhale, knees to chest, hands to knees. Inhale, feet to the floor, knees wide. Fill the shape with the breath. Breathe down into the pelvic bowl. Imagine filling the whole body. Exhale, knees towards chest. Take one more round on your own. The next time you end with Apanasana, knees towards chest, go ahead and rock a little bit. Take any movement if that feels needed. And then coming up to a seated position, or you can stay lying on your back. Or pranayama. You can sit up against something wherever you feel supported, where you do not need to think about the body. Body's at ease. So once you've found stillness, the eyes can be closed. We'll be working with an extended breath. I'll explain it first. So I'll be counting for you. We'll be inhaling for the count of 4, pause, exhale for the count of 4, pause 2 times. Then we'll extend it to the count of 5 for the inhale, exhale 2 times, and then 6 for 2 times. Keeping the mind focused on the counting, getting to the top of the breath and bottom of the breath with the counting. If the numbers don't work for you for whatever reason, it doesn't feel good, anything, then just do your own counting in your mind with an equal inhale to equal exhale. Something easily sustained for 12 counts. So we don't want to push for the 6 or the 5 or the 4. We don't want to push for any of it. It needs to be about 70% capacity where it feels good and you could do it for 12 breaths. That's how we know we're in that sweet spot, when we can do it for 12 breaths. We're not aggravating the prana. It's interesting, prana means the breath, but it also means life force or energy. And they go hand in hand. Means other things too, but that's a longer discussion. Keep the mind on the breath. Watch the qualities, fall in love with it. Be curious. Body soft. Exhale all the air here. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the breathing pattern. Observing. Bringing to mind, an invitation to bring to mind a beautiful flower in the center of your chest. It could be a lotus flower or any flower that you really like, any color you like. It's in perfect bloom, fully open, peak. And in the center is a light, a beautiful light. Again, that could be any color you'd like. Maybe it's a nice soft orange or gold color. Maybe it's white, silver. Whatever speaks to you. And imagining, if you'd like, every time there's an inhale, the light gets brighter, expanding into the body, throughout the entire body, down the limbs, the arms, the legs, up through the head, the brain, ears, all the senses, your eyes, your mouth, nose, everything. All your skin is alive and vibrant with this inhale, and the light spreading throughout the entire system. Every organ is nourished. And on the exhale, the light comes back to its source, the center, this bright light in the center of this beautiful flower, most beautiful flower. Working with that visualization for a few rounds. Go ahead. Inviting in those qualities of that light. Take one more breath here. And when you finish your last round, taking your hands together in the center of the chest, sealing in your practice. Knowing you are that light which does not change, that which does not change. The observer, resting in that. And bringing a smile to the lips. Let's close with one Om. If you'd like to chant with me, exhale all the air here, making it sweet. And filling up. Oh. Bowing the head to the heart, thanking yourself for practicing today. Thanking the wisdom of centuries of people, rishis and gurus, and people who have passed down these practices for us to live our best lives, find our joy, connect to source, connect to ourselves, to feel good and healthy and strong. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.